Right then, it is early lunch in Manchester. The rain that was expected on day one, the rain that was expected in day two, has finally come on day two. Luckily, till now, it's not been that problematic because we got one full day of play, and now that the rain came, it almost came at lunchtime. We don't know how intense the rain is. We don't know as and when things will get started. That we'll get to know a little later. But what is the match situation? It is 321 for 6 India. So they've put slightly more than 50 runs in this session, but have also lost 2 wickets. Before we get into, which team dominated, the wickets that India lost, I think the biggest talking point at the moment has to be Rishabh Pant walking out to bat amidst a loud applause from the crowd that turned up.
Absolutely, it's good on part of the people as well to realize both sets of fans were on their feet. There was a very warm applause. There was acknowledgement of a top tier athlete putting his body on the line despite an injury, walking out to bat for his team. Sunny ji was on comms and he said this just tells you how much is it that it means for him to play for the country. And that was very good on part of Rishabh Pant to come out to bat for when his team needed him to bat. He realized, and the team management realized, that this is the time for him to go. Perhaps any point after this may be too late and may just go down in vain any point later than this. But so good to see. I think he's wearing a bigger sized boot in on the foot that has taken that blow. So I at least felt that he was wearing a bigger boot there, but I was surprised that he completed a couple of runs as well. There was that over of Cars. I think it was the second over after which he'd come on, or the third over that he'd come out to bat in, and Cars had bowled. He took the single. Then on the fourth delivery when Washington Sundar had the ball on the leg side, that was good to see. Initially he didn't quite have an idea as to where the ball was, and the hand eye wasn't quite there the first couple of balls that he faced from Ben Stokes. But I was surprised to see him walk across, and he didn't look as bad as I thought that somebody with a fracture would be looking. And he was hobbling his way into the middle when he came, but and he hobbled to complete those couple of singles as well. But I thought he didn't move as badly as I thought with that somebody with a fracture would move.
I'm really surprised that he's come out to bat. I mean, it's a good surprise. Some surprises aren't very pleasant. This is a nice, pleasant, good surprise to have that Rishabh Pant comes out to bat, because with a fractured toe, for anyone who's had a fracture, I mean, just to put the foot on the ground is impossible. The fact that he not only put the foot on the ground, I agree that he must be on some heavy painkillers, but even for him to have walked to the crease and then after that even complete 2 runs, I mean, of course not at a rapid pace. I mean, that it has to be some fantastic advancement in medicine and science for anyone with a fractured thing, because once even if you have a hairline, just to put a foot down, it's very painful. How he's managed to do that is incredible, but since we're not medical experts, I don't want to get into it, and it's a good thing for India that he's doing it, and it serves the Indian team very well. The other question that comes into my mind is that I hope that it is not having any long-term impact on that, because sometimes what happens is that you have an injury and with some painkillers you can push yourself and do it, but sometimes you end up doing long-term damage to that. I just hope that they've taken that into account. I'm sure they have medical advice there. There are professionals there with the Indian team that be looking at. I just hope that's not anything
that's what I expect of the BCCI and the medical staff. At least they got plenty of time to assess this, and for short-term game, I hope that they've not erred and sacrificed a Rishabh Pant for a long duration. I hope they've not been foolhardy that ways. And with the advancement in science and technology, I expect them to have had the best understanding of the situation. And hopefully, see, this is also because this is not a situation where it's the last day of the test match and the series is getting decided today, where I'm then looking at, you know, pushing an injured player to go out there and save the day for me. It's not that situation as
So
well.
if it's not, then is it wise for them to have sent him?
So that's what I'm saying. Maybe then the assessment is that actually we can go ahead and take a little bit of risk over here. The injury, we've taken stock of everything. We've seen the scans, and it does look like there is margin for us to take that little bit of risk by asking Rishabh Pant to go out and bat. And I'm guessing the batter also knows. Like we hear from, like in the case of Jasprit Bumrah, for example, it is said that he knows his workload better than any medical expert out there. The bowler knows how much he can push. So I'm guessing with Pant as well, since he's a top tier athlete, he would also know how much of it can he take. And I'm guessing both the athlete concerned and the medical staff would have had proper discussion about it. The athlete also would not want to put himself in a situation that it puts him out of contention for the longer for a longer duration. He knows getting back into the Indian team isn't all that easy. He of all people knows that once that spot is gone, no matter what the circumstances, it's always difficult to get your way back into the team. So I'm guessing both parties must have had a proper discussion on it, and hopefully this is not a foolhardy decision at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, getting back to what Rishabh Pant did, you know, what the repercussions are later. I think what he's done is, at the moment where the test match stands, it's a very important call for him to have taken, because I think you really need him now. You're in a precarious position. If he doesn't come out to bat, you are 321 for 7 then effectively. And that 400 that you're really chasing then looks way off the mark. Now with Rishabh Pant batting, and we did see that he can bat, and he'll be judicious about his running and how he completes his run. And even if he's not the one who's doing most of the running, at least he's allowing Washington Sundar then to get some amount of runs, and them together hitting a few boundaries here and there will keep the scoreboard ticking. Even if a 30-40 run partnership at the end of the day makes a huge difference, even if you have to lose Rishabh there. So I guess in the larger scheme of things, it's amazing, but I'm saying he has an opportunity of doing something very special. I know that it's still early days, he's batting on 39, but imagine if he was to get a big total here with the limitations that he had of not being, I mean, I don't know, he gets a, I mean, if he gets 100, imagine what 100 that would be. I'm just saying that's a little far-fetched.
Aren't we expecting too much?
No, that is far-fetched, I know, but I'm just saying you never know with someone like a Rishabh, right? If he can have someone hang on with him, and he's got someone like a Washi, and we know Anshul can bat, and then we saw in the previous test match Jasprit and Siraj also give him that, you know, company in the crease. I mean, that'll be incredible. I know majority of it will have to be boundaries, but that is the sort of situation he enjoys also, where he doesn't have to really think about being cautious and aggressive. He can be out and out aggressive as well, with that problem that he has. I know it's far-fetched, but I'm saying even if he was to get a 50, 55, 60 from here, even that is going to be massive. He's not too far away from there. He's about 11 runs short.
Totally agree.
Off of 50. But if he was to get there, it'll be one of those remarkable moments. I'm saying it'll be, we remember Anil Kumble, we remember Malcolm Marshall did with a broken hand. Graham Smith came
did
out.
it, yeah.
So he'll join some
Nathan Lyon not too long back.
Nathan Lyon. So I'm guessing he'll be in some.
He'll be in that list.
Elite company and quite a list to be proud of.
Yeah, but you know, the one limitation that I see, and I'm not trying to cast doubts over his ability with this injured foot, it's the way that he gets his runs. Now, Rishabh Pant isn't that player who will just stay in the crease. He will dance down the track, he will fall on the ground, he will come up with unconventional shots. He cannot do any of that right now. So even when spinners are bowling at him, at some point I think if the fast bowlers aren't able to rattle him enough, and at the moment he's not been tested enough, he's not had to face a Jofra Archer, Carson Stokes he had to play. If that plan's not working out for England and you try and entice him with a spinner, and we know that he will take the bait after a point, he will bide his time perhaps, as he did in the first couple of matches. He didn't take the bait too easily, but he knows he likes getting his runs with that feet movement going. He will dance down the track, he will try to clear the ropes. He got caught as well in the previous test match while trying to clear the boundary, and Bashir ended up having the last laugh. But with that limitation, he won't be able to do any of that. Now, how is it that Rishabh Pant, and I'm guessing the English players will also be smart enough to have the kind of field set, knowing that, okay, he can only target such and such area on the offside. On the leg side, we know this is his strong area, so we'll get the deep mid wicket covered as well. Let's see what is it that he can do. He can't run between the wickets. Anything that I get from Rishabh Pant is a bit of a bonus from here for the Indian team. How much he can get, we will have to wait and see. But let's take it slow. I'm not expecting too much because those are going to be very difficult runs for Rishabh Pant to get.
I mean, don't get me wrong. For me, I may have said, what if he was to get that 50, 60, 100, whatever I may be saying. But, that's me being very romantic and, looking at something that might be exceptional. So I'm not saying that will happen. Even if he was to get out the first delivery after lunch, still, I'd say whatever Rishabh Pant has done today, hats off to Rishabh Pant. Just the fact that he walked out with a broken foot and tried to help the team get whatever little runs, whatever the partnership is, 10 runs, 15 runs, 20 runs, anything that he's done is already incredible. Of course, he can add to that legend, as I said, by adding on a big total, but whatever he's done so far is more than enough. We're also now in the esteemed company of Siddharth Vishwanathan.
Fit and fine.
Not
battered by rain.
What do you make of Rishabh Pant? Broken foot, comes out to bat and has taken 2 runs as well.
I was wondering whether you were discussing about an Aussie or were you discussing about an Indian, because
what does that mean? Anil Kumble was an Aussie?
Anil Kumble was an Aussie. He had that Aussie aggression and the grit. Of course, I mean,
You discounted that.
Kumble.
Valor of Indians.
Why cannot Indians be? I was listening. Vijay Merchant apparently batted with a broken hand.
Yes.
Then he's an Aussie or he's an Indian?
Nari contractor also? No, but then he had a...
Yes, Nari contractor with rib. You're right.
No, even the skull fracture.
No. Then he went out.
Yeah.
He didn't come back after cricket finished.
West Hall.
With a broken rib he had batted.
No, Charlie Griffith. Sorry. Yeah. So
Charlie
there have been instances of Indians who have shown their
they're
guts.
Indians. Don't say.
Of course. And see, jokes aside, Aussies, they have that typical thing. You remember Nathan Lyon? Lords. You remember Glenn Maxwell? Of course, that wasn't an external injury. He had debilitating cramps as such.
But you had that Hanuma Vihari.
Again
Indian.
Yep. Ashwin. Sydney.
Even a Chiteshwar Pujara, for all those hits,
Pujara,
17 or 17, 21, whatever hits that.
Yeah, Yuvraj Singh.
Yep.
Full World Cup while he was vomiting blood.
Tendulkar, back spasm, 1999.
Yeah. So don't say that.
Of course. Yeah.
Graham Smith is not an Aussie. He also batted.
Yeah. With a broken finger. Yeah. But yeah, kudos to Pant. I mean, he's shown that he is indeed a warrior. Life can give him a lot of obstacles, but he can overcome those obstacles in a very dramatic fashion.
That's exactly what I was saying, that, already what he's done is hats off, salute to him. Imagine if he gets a good knock here.
One of the best knocks that we have seen.
If he scores 100, I mean, it's not, I know it's too far-fetched.
See, then he'll be rivaling arguably the best ODI knock then.
ODI?
Maxwell.
No, but that's ODI. Yeah.
That's what he'll be rivaling.
No, test. One of the greatest test knocks it will become.
Which was the greatest...
I know we are getting really ahead of that. So, in the state that he is, even if he adds 5-10 more runs, I think.
Which is the greatest test knock that you've ever seen with an injury? Only India I am talking about. Greatest test knock.
With an injury?
Knock or bowling performance also didn't be?
No, batting. Because Pant primarily batting. So that is why. I would rate... See, I'm not taking into account the result because then you would hardly have any sample size. I would say Sachin 99.
But that didn't end in a win.
But still... Yeah. With debilitating back spasms.
True.
He got them so close. And again, Tendulkar out, India out. That was the story of the 90s. But 136 on a 4th innings pitch.
No. One of the greatest knocks, undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly.
One bad shot there. That also I know his back was giving
And of course, he couldn't
And
read
Sakleen was-
Saki's googly.
Chucky was on
Yeah,
fire.
the Dusra, sorry, he couldn't read the Dusra. So that's why, yeah. Pant, see, he's already showed that he is there for the long fight. Nothing bothers him that much. Injury, so what? I'll continue to bat.
Okay, where do you think the test match is at the moment? 321 for 6 India. I had said yesterday that, it isn't a bad day for India considering you're 140 odd runs away from that psychological mark of 400. Once you get 400, then you can consider yourself in a good position. You're not, unless you commit harakiri after that, it's another thing. You'll be in a decent enough position. And now they're just 80 odd runs away from there, 4 wickets in hand.
But what is it just when a session is about to come? Why do you want to lose a wicket? It's been the story of this entire series. You look at
Or after
Leeds.
resumption.
After resumption. I mean, just before lunch, Leeds, I can recollect, 2 wickets fell, first innings.
That run out.
No,
Oh, Leeds, you say?
Leeds. Here, Shardul was looking so solid.
Lords also, no, Siddharth. I think it was ahead of tea that run out happened.
To get Rahul to his century.
Yeah.
Pant got run out.
Papan got run out. Yeah.
What is
lunch? It was lunch. Yeah.
What is it with just getting a session, you get a loss in concentration? If Shardul had not lost his wicket, it was India's session, totally. Pant coming has added more drama to it. But still, I would say you're now essentially got the last recognized pair. There is no further batting
Also,
technically. After
any
this.
debate? 57 odd runs that
No,
India scored
why-
for 2 wickets. It's Australia's England session. Is there any debate over there? Is it shared?
See-
Is anyone looking at it as a shared session?
Yeah.
22 overs, you scored about 50
Kind
plus
of
runs.
shared. Maybe a slight edge to England, I guess.
Slight edge.
Not too much.
Yeah. But if Shardul had not fallen, it was India's session too.
No, I wanted Shardul because he was getting so much of hate about his batting yesterday on social media. Why did he come out to bat ahead of Washington Sundar? Then Navjot Singh Sidhu apparently said, he's a bits and pieces player. How can you even play him? So,
And even a 50 won't justify a selection.
he's not got a 50.
Which is why, what wrong prior to Manchester did Shardul Thakur do? What wrong has he continued doing?
But I want to know from you guys, how is it that we look at his 41 of 88?
Fantastic knock under the circumstances. You having lost Rishabh Pant to an injury, worth their weight in gold. Had he gotten out for 20 like Jadeja, you're scarcely looking at even 350. And then, England with all the cards. I mean, that's why I'm saying 400, then you can be neck and neck with England, because England have made a reputation at Manchester in the recent past that they pile on 400, 450, 500 odd runs in the second innings, of the match, their first innings. So if that is what they're likely to get here, you'd want to be in and around that. But 350 then would allow them, if they do pile on the 500 that they've gotten used to, would allow them to get that much more advantage. So you need to be close. Again, the other advantage India has is that they're also playing with 6 bowlers. So when I look at England's 400, 500s that they've got here, have been against 4 bowlers sort of an attack. Now to have a 6 bowling option that India have, and they've got all sorts of options. They've got 2 spinners as well as 4 fast bowlers. So I think they can cover that up. And in that sense, with Shardul coming in, now you just don't have a makeshift bowler. So you have 4 decent
There's
seamers.
also this unknown factor about
Anshul
Kamboj. Nobody's played him.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying, that India would also feel reasonably, in a good position. But even I still think that 400. So, with that in mind, 41 of Shardul Thakur, I think that's what you expect, right? I mean, from a player like that, you don't expect Shardul to get you hundreds or all the time. But this is what you look at.
You're looking at 40 to 80 runs. This
Yes.
is on an average what you're expecting.
And this is 40 on a tough pitch also. I mean,
I'm
tough
taking it.
conditions.
I'm taking it.
This
Just to
is
add to
actually
that.
more than expectation.
Siddharth, your
Of
thoughts?
course, plus 2 to both of you, what you said. Because, see, Shardul the batter, you didn't give him a long rope at all in Leeds. You didn't give him a rope with the bat, neither did you give him a rope with the ball. Okay? Here, you promoted him ahead of a Washington Sundar and he delivered. First hour, when Jadeja got out, today when you look at it with the new ball, England were getting more swing as compared to yesterday. If you look at, there was a graphic which they ran. it was the degree of swing. Yesterday was just about 1.8, today it's about 2.6.
Yeah, and also I told you the pitch will get bit quicker.
Bit
Day
quicker.
2 tends to happen.
So Shardul's 41 of 88 could very well be a very, very crucial knock when you look at it. If England don't get anywhere close to this, they'll all look at this 41 and say, wow, it was worth its weight in gold.
This is exactly what the failure was for India in Leeds, no? Where you got nothing from your tail, and it's the tail of the opposition that wagged, and it wagged in a manner that it turned out to be the difference maker. Where you got 30s and 40s and
Leeds, Lords, Jamie Smith and the tail together combined 117 runs.
There's an obnoxious stat that I came across the other day. It blew my mind. I want to run it past you guys as well. The first class numbers for England's last 4.
I saw that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, better than India's top.
India's top 4.
First class.
First class. They got 20 or 1,000 runs.
Yeah.
India put together have just about 19. That's crazy. We're not comparing top order to top order. We're comparing top order to bottom 4.
Well, either it is a sign that we don't play that much of first class cricket. They play a lot of first class cricket, but their county system now, I think it's not like the 90s and the 2000s.
That's true. Pitches have changed. They get a lot of runs, but even then,
Haven't there been 35 wickets
which
that's
is
fallen? Yeah.
but what it's basically telling you that the tail is no mug with the bat, right? I mean, they know how to bat, and it's a process. Even if you have good batting pitches, to score runs is an art. And what that particular stat shows is that England do have quite decent. In fact, when we were looking at their team when that 11 came out, they are batting till 11. Jofra is going to be 11. Who's also no mug with the bat. So, but at least till 10 they've got decent enough batting. That you'd have to give it to them.
Yep.
It's been a case for some time now. In England, and if you look at white ball cricket and red ball cricket, they've been making teams with batting till 10, 11.
Yes.
In white ball cricket, that was their mantra, no?
See, 15 they...
Adil Rashid would come at 11.
And he's got 5-6 first class centuries.
That's what I'm saying. So that is what their team would be like.
But then again, they play a lot more first class cricket. India, if you look at it, they are too obsessed with white ball cricket. When now stars, until push comes to shove, they have played...
We should compare list A numbers.
But that's what I'm trying to say. It's actually the first class cricket that comes... that's the reason Shardul does well with the bat. Because you just look at his limited test match career and say things. But the fact that whenever he's called into test match and he's never got a consistent run, he comes in, goes out, is because he consistently plays first class cricket. So whenever he's called in to play test match, he has the red ball skills, whether it's with the bat or the ball. And that you can only learn if you're playing continuously that format. He doesn't get it in test, but he continues to play in test cricket. I think that's really what works for him. Yeah, Shivam, can we have a few questions?
Meanwhile, if I may ask Siddharth, I hope you didn't have to swim your way back to Delhi.
There was no rain at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know how
Siddharth
to
has
swim.
Just done interviews with Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Ishan Sharma.
Yes.
So when will you let our family know when is it going to be up?
It will be out pretty soon. I mean, we spoke to Ishant about the Duke's ball, workload management.
Wow.
He could potentially be the last Indian pacer to play 100 tests. So workload management, Duke's ball, and on Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, well, his magical wrists. How is it using it to some other sport that he's planning to play? And
what? Pickle.
Yes, he plays it quite well. That's what he says.
So I'm play today.
No, I didn't saw him play. But about his RCB win. How is he coping up with that?
He's a champion.
He's a champion. Two-time champion.
Second time.
Then, as well as, I mean, were you lucky that you played in that era of England rather than this era of England? You can check that all out.
Lovely interview coming up with Bhuvaneshwar and Ishan Sharma.
Yep.
Okay, let's dive into some questions. We've got Amardeep. He says, move to send Pant could have waited for the second innings. What do you make of that? Because that is something we discussed. Amardeep joins us from Australia, that should you have risked him? Because, I mean, a fracture is a fracture. For a short-term gain, do you end up doing long-term damage to him?
I mean, if you look at the team management, they believe that a first innings total, a big first innings total will put pressure. So if I want to utilize my best batter in any situation, why not? Pant scores about 20-30 runs extra. Washi also chips in, the rest of the tail chips in. I get close to 400. My job is done. Even if Pant doesn't come out to bat in the second innings with a hefty lead that you've got, his first innings impact is more than enough for me. I think that is the logic I'm looking at it. A good first innings total in Manchester, and you've set the stage for pressure.
That's one thing, one way of looking at it, because even if you got Pant in the second innings, how much could he have contributed with runs? Here, there is potentially a chance he can add another 10, 15, whatever, who knows. And that might be very crucial in slightly easier batting conditions. Secondly, I don't think the Indian medical team would take that bigger risk. So I'm guessing they would have gotten the green light to have
whatever is the impact, do it now rather than exacerbate it in the second innings. Do it now when you have momentum with you.
Sharan says, Nikhil bhai, with your experience, what is a decent score on this pitch for India to defend itself? I still feel this pitch is good for batting. Sharan, you're right, it's good for batting, but I think because of the cracks that were there even before the first day started, there is a chance that this pitch might progressively get worse. But in this case, India is lucky, unlike Lords where India had to bat last in the toughest conditions. I think this time it will be England that will get to bat the toughest conditions. So we'll have to wait and watch how this pitch really plays out. The one difference was that in Lords, because of the heat around in London, the cracks develop much more quicker. Here the cracks may not because of the weather about. It's already started raining. And if you do get rain for any of the following days, it may not.
Today is the session in which in the afternoon time you will see rain.
It's already raining there. So
3-4 you are not going to see any rain. Day 5 yet again in the afternoon period you'll see rain. That's
so we'll see how the pitch deteriorates. And very tough to say a total right now. What would India be okay to defend? We'll have to see how India's third innings pans out, and that will give us a bit of an idea of how the pitch is.
Nandan Sharma saying, would it be fine if England start to bowl at his toes?
Good question. We actually thought about it. I mean, see, from an Indian point of view, you'd obviously not want that. But from an England's point of view, it's a game, right?
You exposed yourself with the injury. Now we will target you.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that won't be, please don't get it wrong, that won't be against gamesmanship at all. Please don't take it down that road where you say that no, this is unsporting of England, whatever. It's India's choice, it's the batter's choice to go there and bat. It's part of tactics. If I know you've got a certain thing ailing you, I'm going to make the most of that impediment. Simple as that. My job is to win the match as well, and I will hurt you if it hurts you. Simple.
Yeah, and you have to look at that. I mean, since their objective, like for India, the objective is to win the match. You'll find any which way. So I don't think the objective is to hurt him. The objective is to not have him bat.
Yeah.
So whatever results in him going off the field, you're going to try and do that. Whether it's dismissing him or hitting him there, which then tells him no, I can't carry on and I go
whatever
off.
It is, you intimidate him with short pitch deliveries. Try and have a crack at him and rattle him with bouncers, because he won't be able to transfer his weight on the back foot, not probably able to defend himself, whatever it takes. The idea is to ensure that I don't let him cause me damage. Simple as that.
True.
Rakesh Bhushan Singh, RP coming to bat is aggravating his injury from a long-term prospect. It's a good visual. Did India need him right now to take such a big risk in the second innings? We could have understood had Indian head been on the chopper.
But Rakesh, I think this was the situation. One, as Siddharth says, that this is the best time to bat on. So if you really need him to contribute, why not allow him the best condition to do that? Secondly, I think it was a precarious position. If he doesn't come out to bat, you get, all out for 350, let's say. You're behind. If England, as I said, in the history have shown they can get 500 here. That I don't think. So you have to push. I guess maintain 400, 420 is something that you're looking at. Psychologically makes a huge difference. And they would have also run those tests. They're not that foolhardy to really risk his future. Rishabh himself would have had a say. That's why he's come out. And maybe he's told that, listen, you bat now or don't. 6 weeks, so you'll have to rest.
Yes.
Up to you. So he said, might as well bat it out.
Yes. Go out in a blaze of glory. Isn't India batting, Rakesh Bhushan Singh again, isn't India batting failing combined on fair regularity. We want desperate runs from Jadeja, Washi, Shardul because of this factor. We look for bowler who can bat and sacrificing genuine bowlers who can take wickets.
That explains the selection for not 1, 2, but all 4 matches.
Pratt at BGT.
As well, 5 matches. Make that 9.
9 matches, so yeah. It's a new era, yeah, Rakesh Bhushan. It's a new way of thinking. It works. It may not work, we don't know. But it didn't work in Australia. Whether it will work in England, we'll only see after Manchester because we are 1-3 down. You can safely say it didn't work.
You
1-3 down.
But see, the proof is already out there. You're trying to undo it. And you may fall again trying to undo it. Who knows? Or you may give us more fodder by, having won a series or drawn a series and giving us food for thought that ways. Who knows?
Yeah.
Exactly.
If there's a turnaround.
Dhanush is saying Crawley the only tail ender for England in their batting line.
Dhanush with the comment of the day. Because we were talking about a lengthy batting lineup England have with someone like a Jofra Archer at 11. And he's come up with a smart one. That the only tail ender is the one who will open.
Crawley or Crawler.
Though having said that, and we've been quite vocal critics of Zach Crawley, he still got 2 runs in that test match in Leeds that they won. So,
he did.
I mean, he's also, ticked at least one box.
Yes.
Which Karun Nair could not. That, one inning of note.
Yeah. Amardeep, am I wearing those brand of glasses? No. None of the above.
Are you wearing Meta and Ray-Ban glasses? No. He's wearing even a bigger brand. Some designer brand is. Biggest brand of Bhopal? Shivam is saying.
Nah. It's there everywhere. I got it from there. Yeah.
Okay. Austin Dukuna says, respect. One of the iconic moments, real inspiration, Rishabh Pant in 4th and 5th test, 967 runs at 69 average with 450s, 400s. India miss Spidey. Want Pant to smack Dawson. If you know if...
I like you. Yes.
He can. But they won't bring a Dawson, I guess.
No, they won't.
Priyanshu says this pitch is decent to bat. The ball is moving. I feel Bumrah, Kamboj, Siraj will use the conditions better. BCCI complete surrender on the Asia Cup issue. Priyanshu, on the Asia Cup, there's a video that's already up, but it's a good point. If there is another rain interruption, we will have a debate on the Asia Cup as well. It's a very valid debate to have. We'd love to know your views as well. If there is any rain break, you've already subscribed. You guys have already pressed the bell icon. You will get a notification when we go live with that. But on his point about the pitch, yes, pitch is decent, but the ball is moving and that's the problem. Ball moving in the air. But I also agree with this fact that Indian bowlers can utilize these conditions very well. They've done it some times where the opposition tries to come up with these sort of conditions and they've fallen into that trap, and Indians have done much better. My only doubt always goes towards Indian batters not performing in these conditions, but I think Indian bowlers always really step up.
Ideal conditions for a Jasprit. First innings hero yet again.
Kamboj?
Again, I don't know.
I mean, that's what you hear. That's why you've got him here. That's why you've got him over a Prasidh Krishna in the 11.
Yeah.
Just for this factor.
Correct. Shardul, ideal conditions for him.
Good point. Yeah.
Yep. You could very well have a first major all-round contribution in this series from India with both bat and ball. Nitish couldn't do it with bat and ball at Lord's. So, this is the first time.
I think it was Ashwin or this one former cricketer who said that don't underestimate Kamboj. He's actually a mixture of Bhuvi and Zach, something like that he said. Wow. Now, imagine if he's that combination. A combination of Bhuvi and Zach.
Wow. Zach with his ability to swing all 3 types of balls.
And be precise.
Yep.
Okay, Ashish Chandelier is here, and that's a very interesting comment because he's a doctor. So he says, being a doctor, it is easier to bat with 5th metatarsal fracture along with painkiller than the previous injury Pant had. Oh, so the hand injury was tougher than this, he feels. That's a great insight. He says, try to put weight on first 4 fingers and lift 5. But what a warrior, mad respect. Agree.
Ashish, thank you so much for the insight.
See, technicalities, no?
Metatarsal.
Thank you for that. Colin Anto says, wow, I was surprised Archer with a new ball was lethal and had variable bounce. He was unlucky today and yesterday that the ball didn't carry to the slip cotton. Yes, that is true.
It's been a feature of England, at least this summer. We saw the WTC final as well. The ball wasn't travelling all that much. We saw in the second test match, remember, everyone stood a little ahead than usual and we were all trying to justify perhaps that KL Rahul missed catch as well.
Of Jamie Smith.
That perhaps he was standing a little in front. But we've seen that be the issue, that the ball isn't carrying that much.
Also, update from Manchester. The session is going to be starting. So the players are
the covers came off and I think you're looking at a resumption.
Yeah.
It started because since it happened 10 minutes, I guess, 5 minutes prior to the lunch break.
5, 6.
Yeah.
So that's why you will start early also to wake up.
So okay, on that note, thank you so much for joining us. Just a reminder once again, next rain break, to join us, we'll do a discussion on
if there is one.
Yes, if there is one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll do it in the post-match after we're done with the match, as we did yesterday.
Yes, we shall.
But discussion will happen.
Yep.
And we want you guys to be participants in that as well. We're looking forward to your thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't know the details, check the video out. So you'll come prepared for the debate, no? All of you guys as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you can check our Twitter handle, Sports Today.
Yes.
More information there.
Yep. More videos coming your way, folks. Bye-bye. See you soon.
Okay. Prediction, do you get to see England bat this session if there's no rain before tea?
Yes.
I don't.
370 all out India.
I also think India might survive this session.
I have a feeling they will.
Or maybe I'm just
300
hoping for Pant to do something amazing.
375 all out India.
Ooh.
54 additional runs, looking at the way how they're going.
I think it could be an attritional session, just like we had the first one.
Okay. See you guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.